Yeah, good morning, everybody. Sunday morning, little uh, cold out there. Normally, it's chai and dal vada time, is it? But since you guys are here, it means that you're very serious for your future. And we were both discussing that normally, when there are such talks going on, we don't see a lot of parents coming in. But today, almost it's parents and students almost the same number, so which is very, very good. Uh, when I was asked to be introducing Mr. Mangal today, I was very emotional for two reasons. One is that the Prathana AMS Center for Career Counseling and Vocational Guidance that you are reading there in the banner was founded by our family 30 years back. So when AMA was in one small room and doing the same things, my dad probably had the vision that he'd want AMA to grow into a big organization which you see right now. And I just wish that the stitches of my jacket stay, kahin sab gir na jaye. Where was I? Yeah, okay, fine. So the growth of AMA, because it was doing a phenomenal job, but the need of the topic, which says career counseling, which says, students being stress-free, which says the youth taking the right decisions and all that. And I was also very happy and emotional because nobody but him was going to be speaking to you all. I spent some time with him in the conference room and I've already learned a lot from him. So I can imagine what he's going to give you all in next 2 hours. But a very interesting story I must tell you. Mangalji, about few decades back, a 42-year young man walked into his home and he says that I'm retiring. Age 42. Now he is on the top of the corporate world. He was the founder of India's largest company in its division, Inductotham. 42 age, I am 18 because he was my dad. He walks in and the society has two questions for him. One, that you have everything that the world would want to achieve. Money, fame, such a big industry, you being called upon everywhere to speak from the stage, media, what not. And second, that your son is about 18 and he's now going to be finishing education in a few years. He'll probably take over the business. You'll need to teach him and then maybe retire after, say, 50. And he has a beautiful answer to give. He says, dear society, I have been pushed into something which I never wanted to do. Top industrialists of this country says at 21, I wanted to become an architect and an artist. Instead, the society, which included my parents, meaning his parents that time, said become an engineer, that's a safe thing to do. Becoming an architect and artist can't give you anything. And you will live a nice life. यानी उस बार उन्होंने गुजराती में हिंदी में कहा था लाइफ अच्छी कट जाएगी, अच्छी जॉब मिल जाएगी, kind of a thing. Now he was alone because the whole world was on the other side. He said, fair enough, I'll do that. He became an engineer, got a couple of degrees from the USA, opened an industry, became number one. But when he realized that his son, who is 18, is not the engineering kind, he said, I'm not going to force him into this industry just because there are millions and billions of rupees to make. I'll let him be who he is. I'll be the wind beneath his wings for him to fly in whatever he wants to do. And if he does what he loves to do, he's going to become successful and attract money by default. I learned the same thing from him. My son got educated from New Zealand and UK and all that. He came back. For 1 year, he was married. For 1 year, he did nothing at all. We were worried that the daughter's parents, the Bahu's parents were very worried, कि ये सही decision लिया या क्या किया. But it's after 1 year of patience. We never told him nothing. But after 1 year, he picked up something that he loved to do. He was experimenting because I'm a businessman, I'm into real estate, I'm into interior designing, I'm into waste management, I'm into other activities. They're fairly big businesses, but he never got in any of them. Instead, he wanted to get into a business he loved, which was his mom's business. No ego hassles here. My wife is into fitness. Neha's Fitness Studio is the brand. And he immediately doubled the business of what his mom was doing because he got in his hands something that he loved to do. Okay? The whole point is here that when I was reading, I was given his introduction to read because it's a huge introduction. And typically, like we are taught to mug it, I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to read it properly with full emotions. But my point is that, sir, those 3-4 words in the introduction are magical, which you also told me, luckily, And that's exactly what I could relate to as far as the story of our family is concerned. The introduction, I'm going to go through it, but there are extremely important words which please note. That's from the midst of the introduction. They say, central to Mr. Mangal's approach are 3 key pillars: encouraging self-discovery, fostering holistic education, and promoting careers in Indian students. And this is exactly what I see. Luckily, my parents had done those many years back. And that's exactly what we need to learn from what he's going to tell us. Who is he? Mr. Mangal, Mohit Mangal, is a visionary author, career counselor, and consultant to the Ministry of Education, Government of India. With over 22 years of experience in shaping the future of India's youth, he has guided more than 7 lakh students and collaborated with over 700 schools and organizations, making him one of the most respected voices in career counseling today. Let's clap for him. Amazing, absolutely amazing, because I understand what the magnitude of your experience is. Mr. Mangal's sessions are designed to help students through self-discovery, identifying their unique strengths, values, and passion. He is also a strong advocate for holistic education, emphasizing the need to equip children with life skills, emotional intelligence, and a mindset for critical thinking. Recognizing the pressing issues of brain drain. What a beautiful word. The pressing issue of brain drain. I feel that students, the youth, should be very stress-free and reach where they need to reach. And you're so right on that, He's deeply committed to promoting careers in India, helping students uncover the immense potential within India's rapidly growing industries. An alumni with IIT Delhi, Nirma University, Mr. Mangal is the author of acclaimed Parents' Handbook of Careers After School in India, published by CBSC and praised by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, amongst others. Mr. Mangal's influence extends beyond counseling sessions. He has delivered over 1,750, and by next 1 hour, 1,751 inspiring talks. Rather 2, because you already did one in the conference room to me. And given lecture at esteemed institutes like IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Mumbai, NID, NIFT, amongst others. His upcoming initiative, the IQ Foundation, which is a beautiful logo, by the way, further underscores his vision of promoting career opportunities in India. Just a minute before I get him on the stage is one small story, and that's Osho. A father, symbolically, could be a mother. His daughter scored very well. And father said that, went to Osho and said, I'm going to gift my daughter a perfume. This is the perfume I got for her. He was very excited about it. And Osho said that, amazing. But if I were her father, I would not gift this perfume to her. And he was like, why are you saying this? He was a little sad, a little irritated. And he says, if I were her father, I'd hold her hands. We'd both walk into a garden. There'll be hundreds of flowers over there. We'd spend 3-4 days over there. I'll let her experiment with the flowers, mix them, merge them, crush them, create different, aromas out of them. She'd throw away a few, she'd add somewhere, she'd fail, she'd experiment, and in a day or two, she'll come and say, Dad, I found my perfume. And that's the goal. And that's exactly what I feel is going to be his, message to you guys. Because I had the opportunity of spending 20 minutes with him. And I wish I were a young student when I met you. Sir, please.
Thank you so much.
We welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
Is my voice sorted?
Yeah. I was given the instructions, sir. I was given the instructions to be passing on this. Am I correct?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is that what I'm supposed to be doing, right? There you are. Sir.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, yes. All yours.
Thank you. Is my voice audible? Okay. Before I kick off my talk, one quick check. Are you all comfortable with English as a language of communication? या तो आप चाहते हैं कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूं, कारण के गुजराती मने आवड़ती નથી. That's the only Gujarati I know. Sir was asking me, you've been in Gujarat for last 25 years almost. So have you not learned Gujarati? So मैं language का बात कर रहा था सर से कि जब तक language का compulsion नहीं हो सीखने का, तो सीखी जाती नहीं है. बहुत सारे छोटे बच्चे मेरे पास आते हैं कि सर my English is weak. I tell them, from how many years you know about it? Sir, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, I know my English is weak. My next question is, what are you doing to improve it? If answer is nothing, it will never change. Isn't it? तो कौन सा language आपके लिए comfortable है? English is fine with all of you? Everyone, sir? Ma'am, my little kid? English is okay with everyone? Okay, fine. Then this session we are going to talk and interact in English. So, can you change the presentation? Can you? I'll change it. I think it's way you would have put it, no? Haan. So I've been asked to speak on two things. One is career counseling and second is exam stress. How many of you are from 12th? You're not from 12th? You're from which class? 9th. Oh, you're taking too early, too far away exposure. Good. You're from 10th. Okay, great. Chaliye, this is going to be of some help to you. I cannot say 100%. 3 objectives of what I'm going to talk on today. One is self-discovery. When children pick up their course, profession, I even speak to master's level students at IITs, IIMs, and I ask them why you are doing what you are doing. And so believe me, 95% of them have no clarity of why they are doing what they are doing. And it's painful. And the same journey I have personally gone through. My parents were both doctors. Let me share a small personal story with you. My parents are both doctors. My father is a surgeon, my mother is a gynecologist. And I come from a family of doctors where we have 14 cousins, 12 of them are super specialist doctors. So when we go on an annual holiday, we carry a complete multi-specialty hospital with us. So when I came to grade 10, they asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I'll become a driver, but I will not become a doctor. This is fine. If you don't want to become a doctor, then become an engineer. So I got into the, track of becoming an engineer. 4 years I did my BTech, I don't know why. In final year, I asked one of my professors, I said, sir, what should I do next? He says, you should do MTech. I gave GATE, got into MTech structures. Did 2 years MTech, I don't know why. When I was in final year, another professor who was teaching me for last 6 years came to me and said, Mohit, technology is not the right education for you. I said, sir, thank you. बड़ी जल्दी बता दिया. अभी जिंदगी की वाट लगना चालू हुआ था, आपने पहले ही पकड़ लिया. थोड़ा PhD कर लेता मैं, फिर किसी दिन साबरमती में कूदने की नौबत आती, तब बताना चाहिए था आपको. I said, if not technology, then what? He says, you should go for management. So I gave CAT. I had calls from all 6 IIMs. I could not convert any call in the interview. Finally, did my MBA from Nirma University Institute of Management. I graduated in 2003 and was picked by Coca-Cola Beverages to head their marketing division for the state of Gujarat. I never joined that job. And I came into teaching. I was fortunate to get opportunity to teach at IIM Ahmedabad, NID, NIFT, CEPT. All these places, when I talk to master's level kids, ask them why you are doing what you are doing, no answer. And that was what shook me. I started studying psychology. And it was when I studied psychology, I realized why they don't have an answer. Because they have never been taught self-discovery. They have never asked this question to self. Why am I doing what am I doing? As sir said, somebody's father said, become an engineer, got into engineering. Somebody's friends are going for becoming CAs, he got into CA. Somebody's environment is of lawyers, got and become a lawyer. Nobody gets into a self-discovery. I will try to give some idea of self-discovery to all of you today. And if some enthusiastic parents are there, you can do your self-discovery also. Right? You will get to know whether you are at the right place or not. Second is holistic development, where I'll talk to you about all kinds of combinations or subjects options which are available. You know, what you are already going through, and check whether you are in the right space or not. And last, I'll talk to you about 22 higher education verticals, because in India, if you look at higher education, it is controlled by the University Grants Commission. UGC in its gazette has divided education in 16 broad verticals. For the convenience of parents and children, I have further divided them into 22 verticals, and I will take you through across all those verticals. And because I was supposed to talk to all 12th graders today, I will elaborate a lot of other things connected to those verticals, like what are the national level examination or admission processes, what are the eligibility criteria, and post that I'll open the house for questions in case you have any questions related to top colleges, universities, their requirements, profile building and things like that. I'll be very happy to answer your queries. Straight away getting to self-discovery. When you talk about career, there are 4 parameters which are extremely important, or we say for career building, 4 most important pillars which you need to be aware of about yourself include understanding your orientation, aptitude, personality and interest. This is what we call as 4-quarter square. Any building, like the room where we are sitting, it is standing somewhere on 4 pillars. If all 4 are equally strong, your building is supposed to be strong. Even if one of them is weak, your building is going to be unstable. And same happens with career. Getting on to making you understand what is orientation, we divide children in 3 broad categories. The first category of children are children whom we call are academic oriented. These children love to study, read, watch educational videos, spend a lot of time on research through books and or computers. These children spend long hours on academic study. They are academic oriented children. Although this species is rare, but it exists, right? Second category of children are children whom we call are people oriented. They are those children who are not that much into academia. They are more comfortable in talking, discussing, debating, arguing, interacting. When you go to meet their teachers in the school, you get only one complaint, that this child disturbs the entire class. These are people oriented children. They are more interested in the process than the delivery. So here also, if there are some kids of this category, they would not be interested in what am I talking. They would be interested in looking at the environment, seeing who else is sitting next to them, putting across some or the other comment to them, and things like that. They are people-oriented children. Third category of children are children who are neither into academia, nor too much into people interaction. They are more comfortable in doing something which is hands-on, which is more self-involving, like drawing, dance, art, craft, music, sports, acting, mimicry, cookery, photography, filmmaking, digital marketing, and so on and so forth. These children are known as practical-oriented children. And the best part is, all these three orientations are there in every child. First thing which you have to understand about yourself or about your child is, what is your highest orientation? What is your second level of orientation? And what is your third level of orientation? And how do you do this? Very simple exercise. If I give you 3 standalone tasks to perform, one academic task, second practical task, third interaction task, which task will you pick up in the first shot and do it is your highest orientation. Whichever task you will pick up as a second choice is your second level of orientation, and whichever task you are going to pick up as your third choice is your third level of orientation. If you've understood my word carefully and clearly in last 3 minutes, I believe each one of you would be aware of what your or your child's orientation graph is. Yes, no? How many of you are with me? Even parents would get to know. This is individual self-discovery. I have connected it with children. Any parent would also know whether I like more grasping knowledge from academia or by interaction or by doing, learning by doing, what we call, right? Orientation graph is clear to you. We move to the second part where we try to understand the aptitude of the child. This word all of us have heard, yes? What do you mean by the word aptitude? Anyone? We've all heard this word. A lot of children, parents come to me and say, I want to get my aptitude test. What do you mean by word aptitude? Okay, I am asking this question to all the kids sitting here. How many of you were small when you were kids? Ability to solve things is one kind of aptitude. My question is umbrella. What is aptitude? That is broader understanding, but okay, let me take 30 seconds to explain. Try to remember your childhood. If you don't remember your childhood much, you must maybe having a younger brother or sister at home whom you have seen grow. Remember his or her childhood. Even if you don't have a younger brother or sister, you must be having those small chillus roaming around in the society wherever you stay. You know, you might have seen them grow. There are couple of differential kind of children which you are able to see. One kid is a kid whom Papa gets that chuk-chuk train from the market. So he sets up the tracks, inserts the battery in the engine, puts the wagons, connects the train, switches on the train is taking round on the track. But he is not that much interested in making the train run, as much he is interested in waiting when Papa is going to get out of the door. Can you tell me why? Because he wants to break open the train and see how does it work. After a while, Papa comes back, he has a stupid motor hanging on a battery, tells Papa, train aise chalti thi, train ka happy birthday ho gaya. You've seen such kids? And there's another kid who is not interested in all these plane, train, car, helicopter, motorcycle, scooter. This child is more interested in me and my Mickey Mouse. He will sit in a corner, take a paper, draw some cartoon, sketch it, paint it, draw it. In the evening, Papa comes back from office, goes to him and says, see, this is you. You've seen such kids? And there's another kid who is not even interested in this. He or she is always interested in asking questions. So you tell the child, this is a chair, bole kyun? This is a TV, bole kyun? One day Papa comes back from office and tells him, I am your father. He says, kyun? You've seen such kids? What is the difference between these three kids? Nobody tells the first one to go and break open the toy. Nobody tells the second one to create or maybe draw something. Nobody tells the third one to become Paresh Rawal of 21st century. What's the difference? Difference is what we call as natural bent of mind. Nature, who has made each one of us, throws different kind of curiosity in the mind of each child. And as you grow, this curiosity gets converted in subject areas. Every child studying in whichever board in the world gets exposure to these 5 categories of subjects till grade 10. You get exposure in mathematics, sciences which include physics, chemistry and biology, social sciences which include history, civics, geography or maybe economics, languages which may include English, Hindi, Sanskrit or any other regional language, and practical skill-based subjects which could be dance, music, fine art, NCC, computer coding and so on. All those subjects in which you are able to grasp knowledge easily, comfortably, naturally are your high aptitude subject zone areas. And the subjects which you don't like, which you procrastinate, which you tend to not spend time on, or you have to spend more energy to consume knowledge in that subject, and in certain cases you don't like the face of the teacher teaching that subject, are your relatively low aptitude subject zone areas. So all children sitting here, is there anybody from science? A group, B group? I'll tell you beautiful connect here. 80% of science B group children are comfortable with biology and chemistry. Physics is painful. And 80% of science A group children are comfortable with mathematics and physics. Chemistry is painful. And sitting in that stupid class of 200 children, we feel we are the only stupid lot, wherein 80% of the room is full of stupids. Don't worry. Self-discover yourself. It is not only you who is struggling with chemistry or physics for that matter. Anybody from commerce? 2 categories. One set of children will come to me and say, I am comfortable with accounts and statistics. Business studies sucks. Another category will say, business studies, economics, English is comfortable, but accounts is painful. Understand, why is it happening? Aptitude. I realized this when I started studying psychology, that why I could never understand chemistry in my life. I never had a problem with physics, never had a problem with mathematics. Right? Identify which subjects you are good at. Getting on to the third parameter, personality. Let us say you want to become a doctor. What do you think should be the personality traits of a doctor? He should be empathetic, soft-spoken, courteous, good with analytics, intelligent. These are some words you will talk about a doctor. Let us say, okay, let us do an exercise. I've been speaking to you for almost last 20 minutes now, precisely 11 minutes. You have already built an impression about me as a person. So if Nirav sir comes to you and asks, what kind of a person was the gentleman whom we had called to speak today? What would you say, one word about me? One word. If you were to tell, sir, what kind of a person I am, what would you say? Come on. If you made some impression. Thorough with his subject, okay. Eloquent, okay. You're not liking my face? These kids are not liking my face. Do you have a chocolate? Can I have one? See, I'll make her like my face in 10 seconds. Yeah. Because many of them don't like my face when I'm there on the podium. See, you'll start liking my face. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. So what would you say about me? एक वर्ड क्या बोलोगे आप अगर आपको कोई पूछे कि ये सुबह टकलू जो आया था कैसा इंसान था? कूल. कूल. ओके मैडम. इंटेलेक्चुअल. ओके. Okay, so you will say he has a sense of humor. Okay, what else? Okay, communication skill is good. Great speaker. Subject matter expert. Understand the psychology of the kids very well. Understand the pain issues. Something else, sir? I would like to have your feedback. What would you say about me? क्या कहेंगे आप अगर नीरव सर आपको पूछें कि कैसा इंसान है? मोटिवेटर. ओके सर. कुछ नहीं कहेंगे? बोले फालतू इंसान बुलाया तुमने, हट. Whatever words are coming to your mind is nothing but my external manifestation of self on you. That is my impression on you. मेरे घर पे बीवी को जाके पूछे कैसा इंसान है तो उसका इंप्रेशन अलग होगा. मेरे बच्चों को पूछोगे तो उनका इंप्रेशन अलग होगा. सो आपको क्या करना है? अंडरस्टैंड, देयर आर 4 सेट ऑफ पीपल whom you interact with and who have your observation at your age. 1, parents. Go to them, ask them, what do you think kind of a son, daughter I am? 2, teachers. Go to them, ask them, what kind of a student am I? 3, siblings. Go to them, ask them, what kind of a brother, sister I am? 4, friends. Go to them, ask them, what kind of a friend am I? List down all the parameters or adjectives which they use for you. Whatever is coming common is your personality trait. Check out whether that personality trait is in line with what you want to do. डॉक्टर सॉफ्ट ही चाहिए. अगर आप जल्लाद टाइप इंसान हैं और मेडिसिन में जाना चाहते हैं, देयर मे बी अ पर्सनैलिटी मिसमैच. और यू कम टू मी एंड से आई वांट टू बिकम अ पायलट. ग्रेट, बट आई एम हाइट फोबिक. मुझे हाइट से डर लगता है. मींस पर्सनैलिटी इज अ मिसमैच. यू मे बी अ ग्रेट person with physics, you might have great understanding of aeronautics or avionics. Are you getting what I am saying? So third thing identify is your personality. 4th parameter, interest. Simply speaking, क्या करने में बहुत मजा आता है? What while doing you lose the track of time, and more important is, can that activity become commercially viable? That is important. पॉट पे बैठने में सबको मजा आता है, but that activity is not commercially viable. वीडियो गेम खेलने में, if I talk about your generation, you all love to play video game, you all love to say that comedy series, but is it commercially viable? If not, try to figure out those activities which while doing you lose the track of time and can be made commercially viable. So I tell a lot of children who watch these gaming videos and this and that, I said, why should I watch somebody's gaming videos? Why do I not create gaming videos and make other people watch it? It becomes commercially viable. Identify your interest. What should be the basis of your degree selection then? Should it be marks? गलती से अच्छे नंबर आ जाए तो पूरा मोहल्ला इकट्ठा हो जाता है कि बेटा तुझे तो साइंस ही लेना चाहिए. और मैं सब बच्चों को बोलता हूं, मार्क्स का साइंस के साथ, मार्क्स का इंटेलिजेंस के साथ, मार्क्स का सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है. शुड आई फॉलो माई पीयर ग्रुप? अगर आपने मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनी है तो आई होप आप ये समझ गए होंगे कि आपका ओरिएंटेशन, एप्टीट्यूड, पर्सनैलिटी, इंटरेस्ट all 4 quarter squares will match your best friend's 4 quarter squares? Zaruri nahi hai. Not possible. You're unique. Should I follow my parents? सर ने एक अपना एग्जाम्पल दिया पेरेंटल, मैंने मेरा एग्जाम्पल दिया पेरेंटल. अहमदाबाद में आई रिमेंबर अ वेरी सेलिब्रिटी डॉक्टर कपल, नाम नहीं लूंगा. Their son got 96% marks in 10th. In 11th, he took up physics, chemistry, biology. 11th first term exams, he got 62%. So somebody referred them, they came to me for counseling. I did the brain mapping of the child. Brain mapping करने के बाद बच्चा बीच में बैठा था, पेरेंट्स साइड में थे. मैंने बच्चे को पूछा कि बेटा तुमने साइंस क्यों लिया? So his expression was, so I sent the child out for a while. I asked him, parents को पूछा मैंने, I said, why science? He says, because we are both doctors. I said, so? He says, so means child is intelligent. I said, so? These are not sufficient parameters to give the child science. I explained them. To cut the long story short, he shifted to humanities, gave national level entrance exam for law. In 12th humanities, he got 94% marks. And in national entrance exam of CLAT, he got all India rank 10. और आज मैं उनके फादर को मिलता हूं बिकॉज अब हम अच्छे मित्र हैं, तो मेरे को बोलते हैं यार तूने क्या किया इसके साथ, ये मेरे से ज्यादा पैसे कमा रहा है. There's nothing wrong. पेरेंटल प्रोफेशन ही आपके लिए सबसे अच्छा प्रोफेशन है ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. सोसाइटल इन्फ्लुएंस, दिस इज अनदर ब्यूटीफुल कैटेगरी. लॉट ऑफ पेरेंट्स वुड कम टू मी एंड से, सर आजकल मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है? मैं बोलता हूं फॉग. कोई भी करियर चलता ना चलता नहीं होता. ईच करियर इज ग्रेट. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड विच करियर फिट्स यू द बेस्ट. Right fitment will make it a great career for you, and a wrong fitment will make it a wrong career for you. The basis of stream selection, subject selection, degree selection should be combination of orientation, aptitude, personality, interest, and a proper assessment of your 4 square quarter. As you all know, we have the following subjects in 10th grade, after 10th, 11th, 12th. और जितने बच्चे यहाँ 11th 12th के हैं, आप में इसमें से कुछ ना कुछ लिया है. या तो फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री मैथ्स पढ़ रहे हैं, या तो फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री बायोलॉजी पढ़ रहे हैं, या तो कॉमर्स अकाउंट्स बिजनेस स्टडीज कमर्शियल स्टडीज इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ रहे हैं. ह्यूमैनिटीज दैट इज हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी पॉलिटिकल साइंस साइकोलॉजी पढ़ रहे हैं, और उसके साथ बहुत सारे एलाइड सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ पढ़ रहे हैं. चेक फॉर योरसेल्फ. जिन्होंने जो जो लिया है आप अपने आप को चेक कर सकते हैं. यू आर राइट फिट फॉर PCM if Number 1, your orientation is highest in academics. Number 2, you are excellent with your subjects at 10th grade level related to mathematics, physics and chemistry, all 3. Your personality is a personality where you have the ability to spend long hours with books and or computers. And your interest has to be in machinery, technology, things related to latest technology, engineering, repairing things, solving queries and questions and so on. इन चारों में अगर आप फिट हैं और आपने साइंस ए ग्रुप लिया है, यू आर एट द राइट प्लेस. बी ग्रुप के लिए सही बच्चा कौन है? अगर आप एकेडमिक और प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेशन का कॉम्बिनेशन है, 10th लेवल पे आपके तीनों साइंसेस फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री बायोलॉजी एंड फर्दर 11th 12th बहुत अच्छे हैं, लंबे समय तक बैठ के पढ़ाई करने में आप कंफर्टेबल हैं, एंड यू हैव इंटरेस्ट in human anatomy, reading, writing, retaining, and memorizing a lot of stuff, you are right fit for B group. अब आप मेरे को बोलें कि सर I want to become a doctor, but my memorization is low. बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स बच्चे ये बोलते हैं मेमोराइजेशन का क्या मतलब है, it is of no use, it is wrong. Not necessarily, because when you are operating on a patient on operation table, you have his abdomen cut open, you cannot afford to forget what you were doing. or what life saving drug is required. You cannot go back to the book. Balance of memorization, we call it rote learning, and logical understanding is the most, I would say, reasonable balance. बहुत सारे लोग ये बोलते हैं रोट लर्निंग बंद कर दो. इस तरह के प्रोफेशंस खत्म हो जाएंगे अगर रोट लर्निंग बंद कर देंगे. हर प्रोफेशन का अपना रिक्वायरमेंट है, राइट? अगर इसमें फिट हैं आप, बी ग्रुप, राइट चॉइस. कॉमर्स, कॉमर्स वाले कितने बच्चे? मैं कॉमर्स वाले बहुत सारे बच्चों को पूछता हूं, बेटा कॉमर्स क्यों लिया? सर साइंस लेना नहीं था, बहुत टफ था, और सर आर्ट्स लेने में इज्जत चली जाती, इसलिए हमने कॉमर्स ले लिया. मैं बोलता हूं बेटा 10th में मैथ्स में कितने मार्क्स हैं? सर 35. मैं बोलता हूं बेटा इज्जत अभी भी नहीं बचेगी. अगर आपका रिलेशन मैथमेटिक्स, न्यूमेरिक्स, एनालिटिक्स के साथ बहुत अच्छा नहीं है, देन कॉमर्स मे नॉट बी अ ग्रेट ऑप्शन फॉर यू. हाँ, 11th 12th स्टेपिंग स्टोन के लिए हम यूज कर सकते हैं, बट गेटिंग इनटू प्योर कॉमर्स एरिया मे नॉट बी अ ग्रेट ऑप्शन. वो क्या क्या हो सकता है, आई विल शेयर विद यू. बट हु इज द राइट चाइल्ड फॉर कॉमर्स? अगर आपका एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेशन हाई है, 10th लेवल पे आपका मैथमेटिक्स और इकोनॉमिक्स अच्छा था, आपकी पर्सनैलिटी लंबे समय तक नंबर्स, डेटा क्रंचिंग के साथ अच्छी है, एंड आपका फाइनेंस, फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स, बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस के अंदर इंक्लिनेशन स्ट्रांग है, तो आप कॉमर्स के लिए सही बच्चे हैं. यू शुड गो एंड टेक कॉमर्स, एंड इफ यू स्टडिंग कॉमर्स यू आर एट द राइट प्लेस. ह्यूमैनिटीज है कोई बच्चा बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन मेरे जैसा? आई एम विद यू माय चाइल्ड, गॉड ब्लेस यू. अगर आप अब बहुत अच्छा मिक्सचर है एकेडमिक, प्रैक्टिकल और पीपल ओरिएंटेशन का, 10th लेवल पे आपको सोशल साइंसेज और लैंग्वेजेस में बहुत कंफर्ट है, और वो कंटिन्यूड है 11th 12th में. आप ऑब्जर्वेंट हैं, ह्यूमन क्वालिटीज, बिहेवियर, सोशल इश्यूज के बारे में आपकी ऑब्जर्वेशन अच्छी है, एंड यू आर अ वर्सेटाइल रीडर, राइटर, मेमोराइजर एंड सो ऑन, देन यू आर द राइट चाइल्ड फॉर ह्यूमैनिटीज, आर्ट्स. हम बहुत छोटे ग्रुप के में लोग हैं आज. इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल ग्रुप. आई वाज टॉकिंग टू सर yesterday. I was in Hyderabad and I was talking to 1000 parents and children. वहां तो क्या स्टेटस होगा वो छोड़िए, इतने से ग्रुप में मुझे बच्चों के फेस एक्सप्रेशंस से ऑलरेडी समझ आ रहा है कौन बच्चा कह रहा है यार गलती कर दी. दैट कुड बी बिकॉज ऑफ पेरेंटल प्रेशर, पीयर प्रेशर. उसकी भी मैं बात करूंगा, बिकॉज हम लोग एग्जाम स्ट्रेस पे थोड़ी बात करने वाले हैं. क्विकली स्पीकिंग, 9 हायर एजुकेशन वर्टिकल्स ऐसे हैं जो साइंसेस के लिए अवेलेबल हैं. दोज 9 वर्टिकल्स इंक्लूड एग्रीकल्चरल साइंसेस, आर्किटेक्चर, इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, फिशरी साइंसेस, मेडिसिन, सर्जरी, पैरामेडिकल साइंसेस, प्योर साइंसेस, रिहैबिलिटेशन साइंसेस एंड वेटरनरी साइंसेस. 3 एरियाज जो ब्रॉडली प्योर कॉमर्स के रिलेटेड एरियाज हैं, दे इंक्लूड कमर्शियल स्टडीज, बिजनेस स्टडीज एंड इकोनॉमिक्स. और 10 ऐसे एरियाज हैं जो ह्यूमैनिटीज के लिए कंफर्टेबल हैं, प्लस इनमें से काफी एरियाज आर ओपन टू एवरीवन. सो अगर आपने साइंस लिया है, अब आगे साइंस में जाना नहीं चाहते, यहां आपने कॉमर्स लिया है, आगे कॉमर्स के प्योर एरिया में जाना नहीं चाहते, यू कैन शिफ्ट टू एनी वन ऑफ दीज एरियाज. What are those areas? Computer applications open to everyone. बहुत लोगों को इसमें confusion होता है. Many people think to get into computer applications and computer sciences you require science. Answer is no. Anybody can do computer sciences. Design, fine arts, humanities, social sciences, hotel management, law, liberal studies, mass communication, performing arts, sports, physical education, vocational studies, and armed forces. Now what I am doing is, I will go a little fast because I will take, these are 22 verticals which I am going to talk to you about. कोई भी आपका query होगा, please keep that query. At the end of the session, I will try and answer your query. I will talk to you about 2 things related to each. One, I will talk to you about the degree options in that vertical. Second, I will talk to you about the admission process. because lot of data crunching is there. I was thinking a large audience might be there. So to cater to everybody's need, I will talk and take you through all 22 verticals. So starting with agricultural sciences, in BSc program, you can have specializations like agriculture, horticulture, forestry, home science, community science, food, nutrition and dietetics, and some new age options like natural farming, aquaculture, mariculture, pisciculture, sericulture, and so on. In BTech area, you might go for agriculture engineering, biotechnology, dairy technology, and food technology. In this, for BTech, either you have national level exams, which are JEE, JEE Advanced, or you can have state level exams. That could be Gujarat, GUJCET, Maharashtra MHCET, Karnataka KET, और यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल एग्जाम्स. SRM का अपना खुद का एग्जाम है, VIT का खुद का है, नरसी मंजी का खुद का है, सिम्बाइसिस का खुद का है, मणिपाल का खुद का है. And for BSc, either you have to go for CUET, that is Common University Entrance Test, national level, or could be state level certain exams. Otherwise, most of the universities in this area will give you admission based on 12th marks. Architecture and planning, I consider 4 degrees, B.Arch, B.Plan, Bachelor of Interior Design, and Bachelor of Fashion Technology. B.Arch के लिए national level पे we have exams, NATA, JEE main paper 2A, followed by AAT. For B.Plan, could be a national level exam or university level exam, and many universities in B.Plan area might also give you admission based on 12th marks. Engineering, सबको पता है, BE, BTech, national level exams, JEE, JEE Advanced, CUET, state level, private university level. Fishery sciences, 2 kind of degrees, BFSC and BSc Fisheries. Most universities take admissions based on 12th marks. Medicine and surgery, MBBS, BDS सबको पता है. उसके अलावा Ayurvedic medicine, Unani medicine, Siddha medicine, naturopathic yogic medicine and homeopathic medicine. You can go for, in any of these areas, one single common entrance exam, NEET, NEET. Paramedical, yes, you have nursing, optometry, pharmacy, physiotherapy. You also have a lot of other areas like cardiovascular technology, critical care, anesthesia technology, dialysis, exercise and sports, health information, medical imaging, medical laboratory, medical record, neuroscience, nuclear medicine, operation theatre, ophthalmic, perfusion, radiotherapy, respiratory, trauma care and X-ray. Most of the admissions in this area could be based on 12th marks, but few state level exams could be there or university level exams could be there. There is no national level exam for this. Next is BSc, 3 kinds of programs, BSc regular, BSc research, new program which has come up, and BSc honors. Admissions could be national level exam, state level exam, state or university level exams. Otherwise, many universities at state level might take admission based on 12th marks. Rehabilitation, you can go for prosthetics, orthotics, audiology, speech language pathology, special education and rehabilitation. There could be some university level exams. Many universities will take admission based on 12th marks. Veterinary sciences, BVSC and AH. Many universities will take NEET. Some state level could be having separate entrance exams. Coming to commerce section, business management, 3 kind of degrees, BBA, BMS and integrated BBA plus MBA. There could be national level entrance exam, CUET. There could be university level entrance exam, IP MAT, JIP MAT and so on. And for 3 years, there could be again Narsi Manji, Bombay, Symbiosis, Pune, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, Indraprastha University and so on. Coming to commerce, you can have BCom, BCom honors, BCom professional. There are again more than 20 specializations in BCom now. National level CUET exam could be there. University level, Narsi Manji, Symbiosis, Indraprastha University, Jamia Millia Islamia and so on. And many universities in this at state level will take admissions based on 12th marks. These are some certification programs related to commerce and finance. You can go for CA, CS, ICWA, CFA, CFP. Economics, 2 kind of degrees, BA and BSc. Many universities will have university level exam or a national level exam, CUET could be there. इन ह्यूमैनिटीज, बहुत सारे ह्यूमैनिटीज के बच्चों को पूछता हूं, व्हाई डिड यू नॉट टेक ह्यूमैनिटीज? एनालिसिस के बाद जो मेरे को लगता है इस बच्चे को ह्यूमैनिटीज में जाना चाहिए था, आई आस्क्ड देम व्हाई डिड यू नॉट टेक ह्यूमैनिटीज? वन कॉमन आंसर व्हिच आई गेट इज, सर ह्यूमैनिटीज में ऑप्शंस नहीं है. हु टेल्स यू? Just for your information, anybody can tell me how many total number of engineering branches are there? 78 macro level. And how many options are there in humanities? 114. Few of them I have put down for your information on the screen. That can start with applied psychology to archaeology, economics, education, family, child welfare, geography, history, industrial relations, personal management, journalism, mass media, Indian language, foreign language, linguistics, museology, philosophy, physical education, yoga, political science, psychology, public administration, sociology, and social work. Also, there could be practical application oriented BA programs like hotel management, culinary arts, music, dance, acting, sports. Admission process only national level, or majority universities will give you admission based on 12th marks. Coming to computer applications, could be a BCA, BSc Information Technology Computer Sciences, BBA Information Technology Computer Sciences, or a BCom Information Technology Computer Sciences. National level entrance exam, CUET could be there, university level entrance exam could be there, but generally at state level, mostly universities will give you admissions based on 12th marks. Design, you can go for fine art, applied art, creative art, interior design, or Bachelor of Design. There are more than 60 specializations in design. You can go for NID, UCED, NIFT, FTDI, they are all different level, national level exams, or there could be state level or university level exams. Few universities, there are very few universities which will give you admission based on 12th marks. Hotel management, multiple degrees, could be related to hotel management, culinary art, hospitality, travel tourism, and so on. National level, there is a council known as National Council of Hotel Management, JEE. There could be also private university, and there could be few universities which take entrance admissions based on 12th marks. Law, there are 6 degrees available in law. Could be a BA, BBA, BCom, BSc, BSW, or a BTech LLB. National level, there is CLAT, ILET. At private university level, Symbiosis has its own exam, Christ University has its own exam, UPS has its own exam, and so on. A few states also which have their exams like Maharashtra, Rajasthan. Otherwise, few universities would also give you admissions based on 12th marks. Liberal studies. Now, this is a newer concept in India, where when you get into a college, you do not get into a fixed degree. You get into an explorative degree program, where in first 2 years, you study 30 different subjects related to basic maths and sciences, commercial studies, management studies, humanities, social sciences, performing arts, foreign languages. Then in the 3rd year, you pick up a major and a minor. If your major is humanities oriented, the degree which you get is BA honors. If your major is management oriented, the degree which you get is a BBA honors. If your major is commerce oriented, the degree is BCom honors. And if your major is science oriented, your degree is BSc honors. This kind of a program is offered by only private universities, and most of the private universities in this will have their own entrance exams. That could be Flame University in Pune, Symbiosis, Narsimhanji Bombay, Ahmedabad University in Ahmedabad, Karnavati University, PDEU, Kriya University, Ashoka University, and so on. Next is mass communication. If you want to get into areas like journalism, mass communication, filmmaking, mass media, and so on, there are certain university level entrance exam, Xavier's Bombay, Symbiosis, Manipal. Otherwise, mostly universities in this will give you admissions based on 12th marks. Performing arts, if you are very much interested in 4 things, either singing or dancing or acting or instrument playing, then you can get into a BFA, BPA, or a BA, different specialization. Most institutions which offer you admission in this area will tend to ask you for your skill assessment, and based on that they will give you admission. Same is the criteria with sports. There are 4 degree programs. You can do a BA, BBA, BCom, BSc, or there is a newer degree known as BPES, Bachelor of Physical Education and Sports. In this, again, the there are two kind of things which they will assess you on. That is sports proficiency test. We call it SPT, and physical fitness test. Last vertical is vocational studies. Two kind of degrees, BA or BVOC. National level test, CUET could be there. And finally, if you want to serve your country, you're very patriotic, you're ready to even lay your life for the country, you can join Indian Army, Air Force or Navy, for which you can go through NDA after 12th, which was only available to boys from science background. Now it is available to both boys and girls from any stream, be it science, commerce or arts. And also for science children, there is a special 10+2 technical entry scheme, which is now come up just a few years back. Coming to the last part of my talk today, stress. It's very interesting to understand this. There are 4 kinds of stress which each one of us encounters. First is environmental stress. The environment in which we are all operating, and especially when you come to grade 10 or 12, nobody calls you home. Even if somebody calls, your mom, dad only refuse them. बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम्स, कहीं पे भी जाते हो एक ही चीज आसपास सुनने को मिलती है, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स. That is environmental stress. My simple counter to this to you is, if you're in grade 12, you spent 12 formal years in education. Yes? In 12 formal years of education, every year you have at least given 3 full tests. 1 final exam, 1 first trimester exam, second trimester exam, or it is mid-yearly exam, and then 2 intermediate exams in that. So if I simply say you had been studying approximately 10 subjects per class, you've been giving 3 tests per year. In 12 years, how many tests you have given? 360. How many of you failed? One?
From 10th standard. By the way, before Corona, I was literally a good scorer, but after Corona, it's all destroyed.
It is. So you should blame China. You should go and file a case against China.
Maybe not China, but moreover my family.
This
We do humanities.
अच्छा, हाँ, वो एक्सप्रेशन तो मैं देख रहा था काफी टाइम से. That's okay. That is gone. That is bygone. अगला रास्ता ढूंढेंगे अभी हम. By and large, 99% of us have passed 99% of the exams which we have ever given in our life. This is another set. So very simply speaking, chances of you peacefully sailing through this board exam as well is 99.99%. और 0.01% का तो कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते. अभी हम सब यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, एक MiG-21 यहाँ पे क्रैश होके हमारे ऊपर गिर जाए और हम सबका यही हैप्पी बर्थडे हो जाए. कौन सा बोर्ड, कौन सा एग्जाम, कौन सी इंडस्ट्री, कौन सा फ्यूचर, कौन से पापा, कौन से अंकल, सब हैप्पी बर्थडे हो जाएगा. So why are you in so much amount of fear? So many exams we have given. Right now for 12th also you go and give pre-boards. Worst case scenario का 1%, 2% कम ज्यादा आ जाएंगे और क्या होगा? Why take environmental pressure? So I specifically tell kids, stop surrounding yourself with one single voice. Board exams, board exams, board exams, board exams. Counter it. That's okay. It is another set of exams I want to give, period. Second, parental stress. Many parents don't realize this. जब बोर्ड एग्जाम्स आने वाले होते हैं क्या होता है? पापा ऑफिस से 20 दिन की छुट्टी ले लेंगे. क्यों? बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम है, करना कुछ नहीं है, क्रिकेट देखना है, लेकिन बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम है। इट एड्स टू योर एनवायरमेंटल प्रेशर। मम्मी बंदूक लेके घर के बाहर कुर्सी लगा के बैठ जाएगी कि 1 किलोमीटर के दायरे में कोई चिड़िया भी उड़नी नहीं चाहिए। क्यों? बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम से। बच्चा डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा। अगर गलती से कोई पड़ोस में बुला ले कि 1 मिनट इसको भेजना, जरा कुछ काम है, बोले बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम से, बच्चे के बोर्ड के एग्जाम से। दिस इज समथिंग विच आई वॉन्ट टू टेल स्पेशली द पेरेंट्स। वाई डू यू वॉन्ट टू क्रिएट सो मच अमाउंट ऑफ प्रेशराइज्ड एनवायरमेंट फॉर देम? हां, बोर्ड के एग्जाम्स हैं तो क्या हो गया? आपने नहीं दिए, मैंने नहीं दिए, किसने नहीं दिए आसपास? आई थिंक इतना बेसिक एजुकेशन जिस तरह के अर्बन एनवायरनमेंट में हम रह रहे हैं सबके पास है। वाई दिस अमाउंट ऑफ प्रेशर? इतने सालों में जो उसने किया है वो अभी भी कर लेगा, और जो इतने सालों से नहीं हुआ वो अभी भी नहीं होगा। सो वाई अननेसेसरली? एंड इसका काउंटर प्रोडक्टिव एलिमेंट दूसरा भी समझिए। व्हाट हैपेंस इज दिस स्टार्ट्स गिविंग अ रिवर्स डिस्ट्रेस टू यू एज पेरेंट्स। आपका ब्लड प्रेशर का गोली जरूर चालू हो जाएगा, वो 12वीं में पास हो या ना हो। वाई टेकिंग प्रेशर? Peer pressure, another classic pressure, and generally who gives this peer pressure? In whether you're studying sciences or commerce or arts, anybody who is a little more intelligent child around you, he or she is the bloody person who gives you this pressure. You know what he or she is going to do? He's अपना तो पूरा सब्जेक्ट वो कवर कर लेगा, फिर आपको फोन करेगा कितना हुआ, क्योंकि उसको रिवर्स किक लेना है ना? नहीं तो वो क्या करेगा, एग्जाम से पहले जब आप ग्रुप में खड़े होते हैं उधर बीच में आएगा टिक 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 करता हुआ, आके बोलेगा अरे तूने चाइनीज रिमाइंडर थ्योरम कर ली? एंड योर ब्रेन गोज बप. You don't realize what has happened on the face of this earth. You start running around here and there looking for books or some literature where you can study Chinese remainder theorem. Why so much amount of pressure? उसको पेपर सेटर ने कल रात फोन करके बताया था कि मैं सुबह एग्जाम में चाइनीज रिमाइंडर थ्योरम डालने वाला हूं, तू पढ़ के आना। ऐसे में हाउ टू काउंटर दिस? इफ ही और शी कम्स एंड सेज चाइनीज रिमाइंडर थ्योरम किया, उसको बोलो हां वो तो मैंने फर्स्ट डे ही कर लिया था। तू ये बता तूने इटालियन एचसीएफ एलसीएम थ्योरम किया या नहीं किया? अब वो मरा इसलिए क्योंकि चाइनीज रिमाइंडर थ्योरम का तो कॉन्सेप्ट एग्जिस्ट करता है। इटालियन एचसीएफ एलसीएम थ्योरम का तो कॉन्सेप्ट ही एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता। तो इससे पहले कि वो मुझे खड्डे में डाले, मैं उसको डबल खड्डे में डाल दूंगा। Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't take peer pressure at all. Somebody comes and tries to show his or her supremacy, give a tight kick. Sorry. समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? नॉनसेंस। अगर कोई टॉपिक छूट गया है एग्जाम से पहले, आई विल गिव यू इन राइटिंग, वो कल सुबह एग्जाम में नहीं आएगा। छोड़ो ना यार, क्योंकि रात भर उसके स्ट्रेस से आते हुए टॉपिक्स का जितना आप लॉस कर लोगे, दैट विल बिकम इररिपेयरेबल। आई रिमेंबर अ ब्यूटिफुल saying which one of my professor used to tell me when I was studying at IIT. मेरे एक प्रोफेसर थे जो IIT में मुझे पढ़ाते थे। वो बहुत अच्छी एक बात बोलते थे कि तुम्हारे मार्क्स कभी भी उन क्वेश्चंस के कारण कम नहीं होते जो तुमको नहीं आते। तुम्हारे मार्क्स हमेशा उन क्वेश्चंस के कारण कम होते हैं जो तुमको आते हैं, और तुम या तो करके नहीं आ पाते या तो गलत करके आते हो। समझ रहे हो इस चीज को? तो मैंने पूरा साल अगर कोई चीज नहीं पढ़ी किसी कारण से, तुमको लगता है कि एग्जाम के सेंटर के बाहर खड़े होकर 2 पेज पढ़ने से तुमको वो आ जाएगा? मेरा एक और बैचमेट था, नीरव सर. दिस गाय वॉज ऑल इंडिया PMT रैंक 1 एंड ही वेंट टू ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेस फॉर हिज MBBS. उसका मैं एक एग्जाम्पल बहुत कॉमनली देता हूं. हम भी थोड़े स्ट्रेस लेने वाले बच्चे थे जब हम पढ़ रहे थे आपके लेवल पे, लेकिन उसको मैंने देखा था, वो हमेशा हर फाइनल एग्जाम से पिछली रात को 9 से 12 का मूवी शो देखने जाएगा. वो कहता मैंने पूरे साल में जो तैयारी करनी थी कर ली, इन 3 घंटे में कुछ स्पेशल नहीं होने वाला. Enjoy, watch a movie, go relaxed in your exam, and believe me, जब आप रिलैक्स्ड अपने एग्जाम में जाते हैं आपका परफॉर्मेंस मच बेटर होता है. अथॉरिटेटिव प्रेशर, अनदर क्लासिक प्रेशर. ये कहां होता है मालूम है? एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर के अंदर. अगर मेरे को तुम्हारे माइंड की वाट लगानी है एग्जाम करते हुए, तो मैं मालूम है क्या करूंगा? कुछ नहीं. I'll walk up to you. I'll stand like this. पैर कांपने लग गए ना? समझ नहीं आता कि है मैं तो कुछ लेके नहीं आया था घर से, लेकिन मेरे इधर कोई पर्ची वर्ची तो नहीं है, किसी को कुछ शक तो नहीं हो गया अथॉरिटी को कि मेरे पास कुछ निकल आएगा. What is happening? Anybody will feel uncomfortable if you are too close. Even when you are an adult, आप बैठे हैं, अगर मैं आपके बहुत क्लोज आके खड़ा हो जाऊंगा, यू विल बी अनकंफर्टेबल. ऐसे केस में डोंट टेक अथॉरिटेटिव प्रेशर. इफ यू आर फीलिंग अनकंफर्टेबल, पीसफुली उनको बोलो, सर आई एम इन मिडल ऑफ एग्जाम, आई एम फीलिंग अनकंफर्टेबल, आप प्लीज या तो आगे चले जाइए या तो पीछे चले जाइए. हैव दैट करेज टू डू इट. वो कोई मारेगा थोड़ा ही तुमको पकड़ के. आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? और स्पेशली when you are in that 3-hour long exam, or maybe in your competitive exam where you are marking a OMR sheet, this kind of a things become a very troubling thing inside the examination center. That is authoritative pressure. Tell peacefully, take a long breath, take a sip of water and tell that person, sir please don't stand, please go a little far away, I am getting distracted in my exam. Simple. Right? This is how you encounter your all kinds of stress. And believe me, if you make yourself reasonably strong, no external entity can trouble you. But if you are too soft, every external entity will come and poke you, and you will get troubled with every poke. Are we together? My last piece of advice to you is what Sir said right in the beginning. Follow your passion, money will follow. But if you try to follow certain profession, which somebody has told you is doing very well, somebody is running in the market, somebody is doing it and is earning a lot of money in that, and so on, your passion may not follow, and thus money may not follow. Thank you very much. This is one of the latest handbook which is being published by CBSE next week. So you want this, if you want to pay me money, no problem, you can go to my website and buy it. Otherwise you can simply scan this, go to my Instagram, because this generation is Instagram generation. Click on my bio, you will be able to download it free of cost. Right? Over to you for your questions, queries. Ma'am, please. My child.
Something for 50-year-olds. I still have not figured out my passion. I'm like struggling with it.
Same. Look at your orientation, your aptitude, your personality, and your interest. Put a combination to all four, because only difference between a 15-year-old and a 50-year-old counseling process is 15-year-old counseling can be done within a span of 4-5 hours, because the amount of uh, data in their mind is only 15-year long data, and that too previous 5 years I have to leave it because there's hardly any data. It's a 10-year data which I have to dig and figure out. In a 50-year, I have a 40-year data to dig out. So it is a little longer process. It might take 5, 6, 7, 10 consultation sittings to dig out that data. That's possible. Yes. Yes, ma'am, please.
And the biggest.
Why has he not come?
He has chemistry exam tomorrow, the pre-board and.
मेरे तो रोज एग्जाम होते हैं, वो एक एग्जाम के कारण नहीं आया. Anyways, go ahead, please.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so my biggest problem is his more screen time and the social media. Even the board exams are approaching, is still into that, and I'm full time working, and most of the times we are not at home. Like maybe 9 hours or so, he's alone when there is no school. So at that time, I'm always on a paranoid. I mean, I'm always paranoid that पता नहीं वो कितना screen
पढ़ा
time करता
होगा,
होगा
नहीं
वो.
पढ़ा.
His grasping is good, his memory is good, but only thing is probably I feel that he's scoring reasonably good, but I know that he has more potential. He can do better, much better if he'll be cultivating more discipline towards screen time and mobile and all.
Ma'am, in this generation, only way you can handle them is by counseling and sensitizing. 20 years back, what I would have done, mobiles although were not there, but if the same situation was there, I would have simply taken away the mobile, put it in the locker, close it, and tell him, get lost. Today you can't do that.
Yes,
You can't do that. So only way you have to deal with this generation is by sensitizing them about the goods, bads, worses of what they are doing and counseling them. So a lot of these kids, like these days, a lot of these 10th, 12th kids are coming for counseling. So I have to actually spend 20 minutes with the kid only sensitizing the child why it is important for you to get rid of your mobile. और मैं वही promise ले लेता हूँ उससे ये use नहीं करेगा 2 महीना. That is the way you will have to.
Right.
So if as a parent I am unable to do it, you must get in touch with somebody who is a third party or professional. If you want, you can come to me. I'll be more than happy to help you out. No problem.
I have 2 more questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The next question is about actuarial science. Like, what are the is it like the person who is approaching the person who studies in commerce can only give exam of actuarial science?
No.
Or
Actuarial sciences is open to everyone.
Okay.
Just like CA is open to everyone,
okay.
actuarial science is open to everyone.
Okay.
There are 14 levels of actuarial sciences. You have to clear each certification level by level, and once you finish all 14, you claim yourself to be an actuarial scientist. So that is fine. It is open to everyone.
Is the difficulty level similar
Yes,
to CA?
similar to CA.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Rather, I would say reasonably more than CA.
Oh, okay. Then third question is like my niece is there who is just the way you mentioned about that bio and physics and chemistry. So physics अभी पल्ले नहीं पड़ता है. 12th exam is approaching. तो अभी इतने time में with very short time remaining, what is the best thing a person can do to score at least 70% or whatever?
I'll give you a beautiful
Some quick
solution to
tips
this.
on that.
Simply go to the board teacher.
Okay.
So if she is learning her board concepts of NCERT from school, go to that teacher. If she is doing it outside the school, go to that teacher. Ask that teacher the complete detail of the weightage of each chapter.
Okay.
Pick up 70% weightage, remaining 30% leave.
Okay.
And then tell the child to spend time with teacher, YouTube videos, digital content, and focus on only that 70% mark giving chapters, which will not be more than 40% of the syllabus.
Okay. Okay.
That is the way to deal it with now.
Now, yeah. Okay. And some paper, like 10 years papers and everything.
पहले
that
ये
you-
तो करे, पेपर तो तब करेगा अगर conceptual knowledge,
Yes, yes,
understanding
yes.
होगा.
Understood.
पेपर तो ठीक है, he or she can do anytime. बट उससे पहले मेरा बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट एक बार कंट्रोल में आ जाए, फिर मैं पेपर्स पे जाऊंगा. और पेपर्स में भी हर पेपर देने के बाद डिप्रेशन में नहीं जाना है, बिकॉज उसको बताना है खुद को बार बार कि 60% ऑफ द सिलेबस आई हैव लेफ्ट, विच कंट्रीब्यूट्स 30% ऑफ द मार्क्स आई हैव लेफ्ट. मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे 95 नहीं चाहिए. द प्रॉब्लम हियर इज द चाइल्ड इज कॉन्स्टेंटली रेसिंग टू गेट 90% प्लस. ना तो उतना सिलेबस कभी कवर हो पाता है, क्योंकि वो जैसे ही एक चैप्टर उठाता है, हिज ब्रेन गेट्स इनटू दैट डिस्ट्रेस कि मेरा 90 होगा कि नहीं, होगा कि नहीं, कवर कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं, कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं. यू हैव टू डू इट रिवर्स. मैं इवन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में बच्चों को बोलता हूं, देयर इज नो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम बिल्ड ऑन द फेस ऑफ दिस अर्थ विच कैन गिव यू 100 on 100 marks, and there is no brain built on this earth who can get 100 on 100 marks in a competitive exam. So I'm not supposed to do 100% paper. I should be reasonably balancing myself and saying, मुझे 20% पेपर छोड़ना है. That should be my excitement. 80% ही करना है. और अपने आप को इतना रिसर्च करके इक्विप कर लेना है कि मैं पेपर के पहले 5 मिनट में ये आइडेंटिफाई कर पाऊं कि 20% छोड़ने वाला कौन सा है.
Yes.
उसको छोड़ दूं. फिर बाकी 80% पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करूं एंड आई कंज्यूम दैट डेटा.
Great. Yes. Okay. Thank you
I
very
hope
much.
I've answered your
Yeah,
questions.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
please.
We went through those 4 types of stress which we should not take.
As
कौन सा-
parents,
as
one type
parents?
of stress you should not take.
No,
Children
no.
should not take
हाँ,
any all
children
4.
की बात करें. What type of stress they should take कि वो पढ़ाई की तरफ serious हो जाए?
You stress. So if you understand stress, there are 2 kinds of stresses. One is distress, which is what we call as negative stress. Second is eustress, which is a positive stress. Positive stress comes from motivation. Distress comes from demotivation.
Yeah.
Identify what motivates him. आज सुबह की छोटी सी स्टोरी सुनाता हूं. I was having my breakfast. Generally Sundays I don't go out. I don't take any assignments. But because Unmesh sir is a very good friend of mine, he told me Sunday we want to do this for the parents. So I was having my breakfast. My daughter comes to me and says, I want to go and watch a movie. She's in 10th. Her boards are approaching. So I said, which movie do you want? She says, so and so movie. That show is at 10:30. I said, but my child, I'm sorry. Today I have a session, 10 to 12. I will not be able to join you. He says, but that movie is going to, today is the last day of that movie in the theater where I want to go and watch. So I told her, I said, in the coming week, you go and watch. She says, but it is not available in the close by theater. I said, don't worry. I'll send you to a far by theater. Maybe you can go with your mom. Watch it. No problem. I said, but why do you want to watch it? So I've been studying for last 4 days. I think this will motivate me. I did not think twice. I simply told her, I said, wait. You've been studying for 4 days, then your break should be today. So I told my wife, accompany her today itself, and I've got a little son. Him I sent to another friend's house. So understand what motivates him. Because every child has some or the other motivation.
Yeah.
It is as simple as when I can train an animal with that motivation of food, I can actually channelize anybody with that motivation. So you have to look at what is his eustress.
Okay.
Figure out that.
And can you brief a little about IFS?
Okay, I am not talking IFS here because the moment you are talking about class A services, which are civil services, the base required is graduation. So you can get into civil services after any graduation. So whether it is a BA, BCom, BBA, BSc, MBBS, BTech, BF Tech, be pharma, be physio, anything. Once you've finished your graduation, then you're allowed to appear for an exam known as CSE prelims. That is Civil Services Examination Prelims, which is conducted by UPSC, that is Union Public Service Commission. Once you qualify CSC prelims, then you get selected for mains. You clear mains, then interview, and then get into. There are 22 Class A services which come in civil services, within which comes Indian Foreign Services, Indian Administrative Services, Indian Police Services, Indian Revenue Services, Indian Postal Services, Indian Customs Services, and so on. So there are 22 of them. Basically, they all are civil services. Right now, don't orient much towards that. If the child shows interest, only one thing which you should concentrate at this point of time and give stress to the child is read, 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 read. Read anything. Contemporary, art, history, geography, philosophy, sci-fi, self-help, anything, biography, anything. Reading should be his forte, passion.
Thank you, sir.
I hope I've answered. Yeah. Sir, please.
आप किस तरह के counseling, which are the groups that you cater to, which, I mean, you only focus on 11, 12 students, or there are other
Sir,
types
I
of counseling?
primarily deal with grade 8 to 12. That is my primary focus. Yes, if you go to any social platform, even my website and all, the major discussion is only 8th to 12th, because that is my largest experience area. That is the place where I deal. But yes, a lot of students, because I am dealing in this area for last 25 years, a lot of even college students, professionals, Indian armed forces people who are wanting to get into resettlement after 20 years of their permanent commission are also the people who come for consultations. So those are more part of regular consultations. But counseling, when you say, is primarily catering to 8th to 12th and certain percentage of college students. So that is what I would say is the forte.
Just one more question I had. I have a very strong belief that the teacher plays a very strong role in a student liking a subject or not liking a subject.
Very true.
Because I've seen that happening in my own schooling and with other students that I've worked with previously. So how do we really differentiate whether the child is not performing well in the subject because he doesn't like the subject, or because the environment is such that he's not able to pick up the subject? So I really don't, I totally agree with you that a person will go as per the person's own aptitude. But how do you differentiate कि वो खुद interest नहीं ले रहा है या of the, and the child also comes with the fact that no, I'm not comfortable with the teacher. So how do we say the person does the child have the aptitude in the subject, or some other environmental factor? How do we differentiate?
Sir, I think this is a very beautiful question which you asked me, and very thoughtful. When we talk about aptitude, fundamentally, aptitude is one part of your mind which can be developed, for sure. And you're very right in saying that teacher plays a very important role in development of your aptitude. So the example which I give in this is that a very good motivating teacher can actually take your subject up within a span of 3 months. And a demotivating lot can actually bring an excellent subject go down the drain for you within 3 months. And that is something which we are able to very strongly identify in the psychometric assessment which we do, that whether this child is teacher dependent or not. So this is one personality parameter which first we have to identify. If the child fundamentally is a more teacher dependent child, then reason of any subject not being performed well with could be a teacher. So the remedy which I say in this case is one line: either change the subject or change the teacher. So I think the child is in which class? or in general? 10th, 9th. So what I would suggest is, since she's a small kid, she has a lot of time to experiment. Change teacher. Subjects she cannot change till 10th. Change teacher. And in changing also, these days, lot of children I see, or rather I would say, I motivate them to go to YouTube, put a topic which you've recently studied in school, which you have not understood. There'll be tens of teachers you would see teaching that topic on YouTube. Listen to those 10 videos. Out of those 10 videos, you will definitely find one person teaching whose method of teaching will suit your method of learning. Because again, this is a part of psychometry. There are 4 teaching methods corresponding to 4 learning methods. I'm not getting in detail of that. But once you figure out that this teacher's teaching method is suiting my learning method, start following that teacher. And believe me, lot of children I see these days are learning from digital platforms. If you are able to figure out that teacher, follow that teacher. School के teacher को जाओ, hello hi करो और वापस आ जाओ. Till 10th, yes. Whichever subject you are not performing good with, you find discomfort with the teacher, go and experiment. Same is something which you can do with tuition class. And another thing which I see commonly happening is, a child studying with the same teacher in tuition class was comfortable till grade 8. 9th, same teacher becomes uncomfortable. उसमें दिक्कत क्या होता है? The jump of academic volume and difficulty, one takes place when a kid goes from 8th to 9th. So 9th is much more difficult in comparison to 8th, right? And if the teacher is not reasonably equipped with his own understanding of 9th grade subjects, this kind of a issue might crop up. So in your case, subject changing is not possible. Change teacher for sure. स्कूल के टीचर से अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, डिजिटल पढ़ो. डिजिटल से अच्छा नहीं रखा, ट्यूशन करो. ट्यूशन से अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, ट्यूशन टीचर चेंज करो. Experiment till the time you are able to figure out the right teacher. I hope I have answered your question. So,
sir, in 10th class, a student has a CBSE board or a GSEB board. From now 11th, in science, either a student has to choose A group or B group. Okay, now there is a culture of support school. Okay, student goes to the coaching class and take the support school. Now, certain parents, the student is learning in CBSE school. If they want to get in a B stream, they change from CBSE to GSEB 11th and 12th onwards. And something, if a student want to take A group, they take CBSE. Is there any difference to take the group?
I got your
board,
question.
CBSE or GSEB? How to choose? And support school, if a child want to continue with its own school, then it is advisable to continue with the same school or support school.
Okay, I absolutely got your question. सर, सबसे पहले 2 चीजें माइंड में क्लियर करिए. चाहे बच्चा आईएससी में पढ़ रहा है, सीबीएसई में पढ़ रहा है, गुजरात बोर्ड में पढ़ रहा है, दी सब्जेक्ट कंटेंट में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है. मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन ने बहुत क्लियरली बोल दिया है, ऑल इंडियन बोर्ड्स आर टू बी ट्रीटेड एट द सेम कॉमन लेवल ऑफ एनसीईआरटी, क्योंकि एनसीईआरटी इज कॉमन बेस फॉर एनी नेशनल लेवल एंट्रेंस एग्जाम. वो फिर चाहे जेडबलई है, नीट है, सीयूईटी है या कोई भी दूसरा एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है. ये धारणा बन गई है कि इंजीनियरिंग में जाना है तो सीबीएसई ले लो, मेडिसिन में जाना है तो गुजरात बोर्ड ले लो. इसके अंदर कोई लॉजिक, कोई तथ्य है ही नहीं. पहली चीज. दूसरी चीज, जहां तक आप सपोर्ट स्कूल की बात कर रहे हैं, होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट तभी होगा अगर बच्चा रेगुलर स्कूल में जाएगा. कुछ स्टैटिस्टिक अगर मैं आपको दूं, जितने ये सपोर्ट स्कूल वाला नॉनसेंस है कंट्री में, ये सिर्फ अहमदाबाद में नहीं है, कंट्री में, उसका स्टेटस ये है, ड्रॉप आउट रेशियो फ्रॉम सपोर्ट स्कूल्स इज 88%। सर ये डेटा ध्यान से कंज्यूम करिए जो पेरेंट्स हैं यहां। 88% बच्चा 10th के बाद जो सपोर्ट स्कूल में जाता है वो 12th तक रेगुलर स्टेट में पहुंच नहीं पाता। वो बच्चा ड्यूरिंग दीज 2 इयर्स कहीं ना कहीं बीच में आके बोलता है साहब इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करनी, साहब मेडिकल नहीं करना, और उसमें से 88% में से 50% बच्चा ऐसा है, दैट मीन्स 44%, 44% जो बच्चा आके बोलता है साहब पढ़ाई ही नहीं करनी। एंड फर्दर वर्स पार्ट इज, मेरे को इतना पेन होता है जब ये बच्चे मेरे पास काउंसलिंग के लिए आते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर अंडर साइकेट्रिस्ट ट्रीटमेंट्स, because the child is in so much amount of mental agony, pain and discomfort. Coming to the next point, साहब किसी टीचर की या बोर्ड की औकात नहीं है जो बच्चे को हाथ पकड़ के आईआईटी या तो ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज छोड़ाए। एक ही चीज जिसकी ये करने की औकात है वो है बच्चे का सेल्फ स्टडी। बच्चे को सपोर्ट स्कूल की कहानी करने ही मत दीजिए, उसको बोलिए सेल्फ स्टडी से ही तू उधर जा सकता है। जितने बड़े पोस्टर बैनर पूरे शहर में आप देखते हैं सब खरीदे हुए पोस्टर बैनर हैं। 12वीं फेल पिक्चर देखी है अगर आपने तो उसके अंदर यूपीएससी क्लियर करने के बाद पैसे लेके ऐसे जाता है, बोलता है मेरी टी शर्ट में फोटो खिंचवा। सर आप और मैं, रियलाइजेशन पेरेंट्स को शुरू हो गया है और उसी का कारण यह है कि आज जब हम ये बात कर रहे हैं इंडिया में 44% इंजीनियरिंग की सीट खाली पड़ी है। कितनी? 44%। पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन मेडिकल जिसके लिए लोग 2-2 करोड़ रुपया देते थे एमएस एमडी के लिए, आज सुबह का टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का न्यूज है पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में नीट पीजी का एलिजिबिलिटी परसेंटाइल 10 परसेंटाइल कर दिया है उन्होंने, क्योंकि लोग पढ़ना नहीं चाहते, जाना नहीं चाहते, बिकॉज उनको समझ आ रहा है कि ये सिर्फ पागल बना रहे हैं। रेगुलर स्कूल में बच्चे को भेजिए। वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो ये होगा कि वो बच्चा 2 साल में कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम लेवल का तैयारी नहीं कर पाएगा। ऐसे सिनेरियो में मैं बहुत कंफर्टेबली उसको 1 साल ड्रॉप करने के लिए एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देके कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी करवा दूंगा। लेकिन सपोर्ट स्कूल वाले सिस्टम में, जिसको हम डम्मी स्कूल कहते हैं, बिल्कुल भेजिए मत। आपके बच्चे के 88% चांसेस हैं कि वो खत्म हो जाएगा। 12% के ऊपर आप रिस्क लेना चाहते हैं, योर चॉइस। आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन। बोर्ड कोई मैंने नहीं रखता, सपोर्ट स्कूल बिल्कुल जाना नहीं चाहिए, सेल्फ स्टडी के ऊपर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना चाहिए। मैं पिछले 10 साल में कम से कम 25 ऐसे मेंटी हैं मेरे, जो बच्चे ईयर लॉन्ग मेंटरिंग के लिए आते हैं, जो बिना किसी एक्सटर्नल ट्यूशन के आईआईटीज में गए हैं या तो मेडिकल साइंसेस की सीट्स में गए हैं। उनको पूरा साल में एक ही मोटिवेशन देता हूं, सेल्फ स्टडी। तेरे पास 3 टीचर होने चाहिए, एक जो तेरे फिजिक्स की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दे, एक जो तेरी केमिस्ट्री की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दे, एक तेरी मैथ्स की या तो बायोलॉजी की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दे। और आज की डेट में इन बच्चों को उसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि सब कुछ ऑनलाइन पड़ा है। आप क्वेश्चन टाइप करके दो एआई को, एआई उसका पूरा स्टेप बाय स्टेप सॉल्यूशन आपको दे देगा क्या होना चाहिए। सो दिस इज माई टेक ऑन दिस। और थोड़े 2-3 साल रुक जाओ, ये डमी स्कूल का बबल फूट के थैंक यू वेरी मच हो जाएगा। पीपल विल कम बैक टू अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड नॉर्मलसी। आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन सर। हाँ जी मैम।
We are planning to switch from 11th onwards, planning to switch to CBSE. एंड हिज इंक्लिनेशन इज दैट नहीं मैं यही स्कूल में रहूंगा, यही टीचर से मैं काफ़ी फैमिलियर हूँ, ये सब तो वो अभी
I
हमारा
think,
एक चल
ma'am,
रहा
this
है
is a very personalized. I can answer this question only after a very personalized understanding of the child.
बट ओके
उसके बिना मैं ये आंसर नहीं कर सकता. Reason being, normally in 99% of cases, मैं बच्चों को बोर्ड शिफ्ट करने का सजेशन नहीं देता.
ओके
1 to 5% ऐसे केसेस होते हैं जिसमें मैं बोर्ड शिफ्ट करने का सजेशन देता हूं. वो मैं सजेशन आपको उसका 4 quarters अंडरस्टैंड करके तो दे सकता हूं, बिना किए नहीं दे सकता.
ओके ओके
अदरवाइज मैं सिर्फ इतना बोल सकता हूं आईसीएसई बहुत अच्छा बोर्ड है, अगर वो उसमें अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है तो कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए.
बट ऐसे होता है ना कि 12th के बाद आईसीसी बोर्ड की जो सीट्स होती हैं फॉर इंजीनियरिंग एंड ऑल, दे आर लेस एज कंपेयर
ये
टू
कंप्लीटली गलत इंफॉर्मेशन है. किसी बोर्ड की कोई रिजर्वेशन है ही नहीं. अगर स्टेट पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी में कोई रिजर्वेशन है तो वो स्टेट की रिजर्वेशन है कि आपका स्कूल कौन सी स्टेट में है, उसमें आपने बोर्ड कौन सा पढ़ा है. आईबी पढ़ा है, कैम्ब्रिज पढ़ा है, आईजीसीएसई पढ़ा है, आईएससी पढ़ा है, सीबीएसई पढ़ा है, या तो गुजरात बोर्ड पढ़ा है, कोई फर्क नहीं है. किसी की कोई सीट रिजर्व नहीं है.
ओके ओके
कुछ भी नहीं है सर, सब खत्म. मैंने कल परसों थोड़े दिन पहले ही मेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे यही पॉइंटर के ऊपर एक टॉक डाला है. वो 2012, 13, 14 तक था जब पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज के अंदर 80% रिजर्वेशन गुजरात बोर्ड का था. अब तो कोई रिजर्वेशन ही नहीं है, खत्म है. नो द रिजर्वेशन.
ओके थैंक यू वेरी
Yep.
मच.
Yes sir, please. Just give me a moment. Let me give a mic to you because I am not able to hear.
In your 4-part structure or your 4-stage structure, if I'm discovering myself, you give a beautiful understanding of what the different parameters I should judge myself upon. One of the things that I'm still confused about is what is the exact difference between aptitudes and interests? Because in aptitudes, as you rightfully suggested, it is the natural inclination of the mind. And on the other hand, interest also, I am asking myself a very similar question, not the same question, but a very similar question: what do I like to do? So how would I differentiate between the two?
Aptitude by and large gets connected to your subject area, right? Interest by and large connects with you on your execution area. Example is, if I am studying physics, I am able to understand it comfortably, I am able to question it comfortably, I am able to get a solution of that question comfortably, my aptitude is high. If I am coming back home and I am experimenting with the same topic which I studied in the school, by virtue of interacting with gadgets, machinery, technology, interacting with people, reading books, getting to know more about watching videos, shows my time consumption on that subject area over and above my academia is my interest. These two things become different because I might come to you or you might come to me and say, I want to become a pilot. That is my interest. I ask you how good you are at with physics or maths, and you say 40%. That is my aptitude. So my interest may be pseudo. So there are children who are good with, let us say, only biology. They come up and say, I want to do medical sciences. Unfortunately, interest of medical sciences need to be catered with 3 subjects, not 1. That is physics, chemistry, biology. All 3 have to be strong. So something which you love to do is your interest. Something in which you are able to grasp knowledge and understanding easily is your aptitude. Both things may be matching, may not be matching. So you may be doing 100 on 100 in maths, and I tell you that you go and do research in maths and do BSc, MSc, PhD in maths. You may not have interest in that. You may be very good with cooking. I tell you, go and take culinary art as a bachelor's program. You say, I am doing cooking for my own self or my own interest. I don't wish to practice this as part of a commercial activity. That is possible. So the difference is, one, what comes to me naturally, I am able to understand well. Second, where I am consciously or unconsciously spending more time with by virtue of my inner inclination. That is my interest. This is the difference between two. Yeah? Yes, my child.
Sir, if I want to pursue a degree in psychology, then which exams are important after 12th?
Psychology, the exam I will pick after I have picked the institutions. So if you want to go to Delhi University, then you have to give CUET, Common University Entrance Test. If you want to join psychology with Xavier's Ahmedabad, you have to appear for their personal interview only. If you have to do psychology from Ahmedabad University, you have to give statement of purpose, then personal interview, then you get selected there. So I think first you will have to figure out which institutions you want to apply to, then see what are the admission processes. So the book which I have told you to download that book. In that I have given you list of top 100 humanities colleges in India. Look at the colleges where psychology is available. Then based on that you will be able to figure out what competitive exams you require to give or not. A lot of people, for example, from Ahmedabad may not wish to go to Delhi to study. So if your parents, you are comfortable going to Delhi University, then I would say Delhi University is one of the best institutions for psychology. Yeah, download that book, you'll get a lot of information in that. That's it. We close for the day. No more queries. Thank you very much.
Give him the vote of thanks. But frankly, I went out. How many of you people noticed that? Because I wanted to message to Mr. Dikshit that I have a huge event going on starting at 4 o'clock today, and I need to be there. So can I leave without doing this vote of thanks? And he said, fair, you can do that. But the whole session was so interesting that I stayed back. And I said, no, I'll go through the whole session, I'll learn from it, and I'll do the vote of thanks. I've taken a few notes over here. One is that, sir, your research is amazing. The knowledge is fantastic, and the way you put it, be it while you're speaking it or your presentation is fantastic. And what you've done is, today I feel completely dumb as a man. Okay? But there's also hope for everybody. We were sitting in the conference. I want you all to also relax instead of being so sensitive about the whole topic today. Somebody asked me down there while we were in the conference room that, Neerabhai, I said I'm an interior designer and architectural visualizer, one of my businesses out of many. And he said, from which institute have you taken a degree? And what was my reply?
He said, you made me realize that there can be a person who is illiterate and still successful.
I have 0 degree in designing. I do not know how does AutoCAD work. But if somebody meets me and I'll list the names of the places I've designed in Ahmedabad itself, you will start wondering as to how. So my point is, yes, let's all be very sensitive, but at the same time, if we start looking at life at a macro level, things are going to be very, very different. Go to Google, find out who is the leader in industry, in the fitness industry in Ahmedabad, or rather Gujarat. I think you said Neha. Till the age of 32, Neha did not know that she is going to get into the fitness industry. And why are we sensitive at 18, 19, 20, 21 of what we are going to do in future? 32 with a child, she goes once a week to Mumbai to get her degree from Reebok and Nike. Every week she would go and come back. 32 she wants to get into fitness. and is an industry leader after that. So let's not be too sensitive and yet be full of information and try to do whatever we are doing. Also, sir, we discussed that let's not take any financial stress, which probably was not touched, but parents wanting to get a degree for the students by getting into financial stress is absolutely not needed, because if somebody like me, who is an Angota chap, can be successful, everybody else can be successful. Okay, and there are a lot of examples out there. Are we the role model for our students? I mean, our children? Is a question that we need to ask ourselves. Do we go wrong side? Do we throw things? Do we exercise every day? Do we eat healthy? Just like mobile is an issue, we all know that eating unhealthy is an issue. We all know that exercise should be done every day. And we also know what happens by not doing that. Are you the role model for your children? And this is a question to everybody, all areas of life. My case, I have so many businesses, so many employees, so many people wanting to connect with me every day. My mobile is on silent mode since 15 years. Doesn't vibrate, doesn't ring, it is on. But 15 years, I've kept it silent completely. The question then comes is, I'm not supposed to be doing a session right now. It's your session. The question then surely comes, how do you stay connected? People feel, you're avoiding them, etc., etc. But then there's an answer to all that. My point is, let me summarize by, let's not take this extremely sensitively and look at life every 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. You're going to reach Mumbai and there are going to be punctures on the way. But will you still reach Mumbai? Yes. Okay? Let your child be. You guys also be. They are going to find out their way. I had a great time with you. Thank you so much. So did all of us. And I realized that there's so much that I need to learn. As a matter of fact, I'd request you, if you could pass me this presentation, I'd love to go through it again, Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.